What is up, F and True followers, wrestling fans, and members of the YWC? JC Styles here with the F and brand of wrestling and entertainment here on YouTube.com with the WWE Over the Limit review for May 20th, 2012. In my opinion, I thought tonight was such a fantastic pay-per-view. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. I will briefly talk about each match, give you my thoughts on the match, and then wrap this up so you guys can leave your feedback on what you thought of the show. But before we get into that, please check out the official website of the F1 brand at www.fightnationwrestling.com. Also, follow us on Twitter at FNTrueWrestling and our personal Twitter accounts that will be listed below in the description box. Now, with that being said, we start off the night with Zack Ryder to take on the Big Red Monster Kane in the pre-show, which was streamed live on YouTube. It was a great match, one-on-one. Zack Ryder took it to Kane and really held his own. I mean, we haven't really seen this out of Zack Ryder in quite some time, but he went out there and he gave it his all. Yes, Kane did pick up the win, but in a fashion that I thought was great. Zack Ryder went to go for the Rough Rider, and in midair, Kane caught him and choke slammed him for the win. A solid pre-show match. I definitely think if anyone was watching that match alone, they would have definitely been interested in purchasing the pay-per-view like we did here at F and True Wrestling. I'm sorry that Bryan is not able to sit down to do this review with me, but he will have his thoughts up later in the night or early tomorrow morning, so please check that out. He'll either upload that on F and True Wrestling or Fight Nation Wrestling, so please stay tuned for that. We then move into the beginning, top of the show, where we see a People Power Battle Royal in progress. This match featured guys like Kurt Hawkins and Tyler Rex, JTG, Tyson Kidd, Michael McGillicuddy. We saw William Regal was in it. We saw Tyson Kidd, Yoshi Tatsu, Ezekiel Jackson, The Miz. We saw Christian, who was a last-minute addition to this match. Now, the stipulation was that the winner would get to pick either between Santino and the United States Championship or the Intercontinental Championship and Cody Rhodes. Christian picked up the win in this People Power Battle Royal with a huge ovation. I mean, he was definitely definitely a good guy tonight. And we saw him later in the night on events unfold. First off, he chose Santino, but later in the night, after Cody Rhodes ran his mouth during a backstage segment, Christian picked Cody Rhodes. We'll get into that match a little bit later on. Following that, we see the Over the Limit intro, all the highlights for the John Laurinaitis versus John Cena match later in the night. We then move into the Tag Team Championship match between Air Jimmy Kofi Kingston and R-Truth to take on the American Show-Off in Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger. This match blew me away. It was a great tag team match. I enjoyed it. We saw R-Truth getting worked a little bit in this match. He was cut off in the ring by Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger. Was not able to make the tag for quite some time. Kofi got in. We saw the role reversal. We saw him take so many different high spots. Springboard crossbody off the top rope. He did a springboard forearm off the top rope as he was tagged in and friggin' took Dolph Ziggler out. Dolph Ziggler was going for a splash in the corner where Kofi turned it in mid-motion into the Trouble in Paradise, picking up the win for his tag team and retaining the tag team championships. We then move into the Divas Championship, Layla versus Beth Phoenix. This was a solid showing between the two. They take nothing away from Layla. She's a fantastic diva and in-ring competitor. But I think tonight was Beth Phoenix's time to pick up the title again. But we see Layla retain the Divas Championship over Beth Phoenix. Now, I thought this match was solid. It was definitely great. We got to see at least a good 8 to 10 minute match between the two. Definitely interesting. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with Layla now that she beat the former Divas Champion and the former Divas Champion who was so dominant over the last year in the Divas division. What is next for Layla? We will see what will happen tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. And still your Divas Champion, Layla. We then move into a backstage segment with Randy Orton and Chris Jericho. Well, first it started as a Randy Orton interview. Orton was talking about his plans for the Fatal 4-Way coming up in moments. He talked about what he's going to do and how he's going to do it. Then Chris Jericho came in and kind of stirred the pot. And then we move into the World Heavyweight Championship match. Sheamus defending against Alberto Del Rio, Randy Orton, and Chris Jericho. Again, stellar match. Great spots all around. I did not know who to root for in this match. I found it so hard because it was such a solid Fatal 4-Way. It was such a stellar match. I found myself rooting for all four combatants, but I was rooting for Sheamus and Randy Orton more, but I found myself rooting for all competitors. But lo and behold, the winner of the match and still our World Heavyweight Champion, the Great White, Sheamus. We then move into a backstage segment like I talked about. Cody Rhodes was talking about how Christian was out for several months, came back, and then re-injured himself. Sorry. Talked about how he didn't have what it takes to hang in the ring with him and Cody Rhodes for the Intercontinental Championship, that it was a good idea that he chose Santino, an easier opponent. Then we pan out and we see Christian standing right behind him. Christian says, you know what, I changed my mind. Me and you are going to have a match later on tonight for the Intercontinental Championship. We then move into The Miz taking on the Funkasaurus Brodus Clay. Now, I like the fact is that they're starting to push Ryback and Brodus Clay on all the pay-per-views, giving them quick couple of minute spots to get them out there and utilize their talent. Brodus Clay picked up the win after getting worked over by The Miz in such a great fashion. I mean, The Miz is probably, I think, one of the, other than Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger, I think The Miz is probably the next person next to them that was able to push Brodus Clay around like he did tonight. It actually looked like The Miz was going to pick up the win, but Brodus Clay hit a suplex, a T-bone suplex off the top rope, followed by the big splash for the win. We then move into the Intercontinental Championship match between defending champion Cody Rhodes and Christian. Great match. Glad to see Christian come back and pick up the win and our new Intercontinental Champion. I'm sorry. And I think they're going to give some time off. This is just my opinion to Cody Rhodes, because the way he was carrying himself during this match, and he was just snapping and yelling at people in the front row and basically losing his temper in the ring with Christian when Christian would keep continuously kicking out. That led to Cody Rhodes making a mistake, which led to Christian hitting the kill switch, which led to him picking up the Intercontinental Championship on. Not bad for his first night back in a couple of weeks since WrestleMania. And we see him pick up the Intercontinental Championship gold. I'm sorry. We then move into one of the most talked about matches all week, and that was CM Punk, the WWE Champion, taking on the American Dragon, Daniel Bryan. I was very happy with this outcome. I was torn 50-50. I didn't know who to root for. I did not know who to root for, whether it was Daniel Bryan or CM Punk. These guys impressed the hell out of me. Yeah, some parts there was a little slow moments in this match, but all great matches usually have that couple of quick breaks between the match, but they weren't very long. Solid performance by both competitors. The fans were torn. We heard "Let's Go Bryan" CM Punk chants. At the halfway through the match, we heard "This is awesome," and Michael Cole and Booker T recognized that on commentary. It was a stellar performance by two participants that can go down in history as being two of the top pure wrestlers in the WWE today. We see CM Punk successfully retained after Daniel Bryan locked in the yes lock. Sorry, I almost called it a LaBelle lock. Oops. We see him lock in the yes lock, and as CM Punk looked like he was getting ready to tap, he rolled over and turned it into a pinfall. Daniel Bryan refused to release the hold, and as his shoulders were being counted down to 3, just seconds after, CM Punk tapped in the yes lock. Now, I think this is definitely setting up for CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, too. Match 1 was fantastic. Let's see what they do next month at No Way Out. We then move into Camacho taking on the undefeated machine, Ryback. This was a quick match. Definitely was different. We saw Camacho try to get the upper hand. We saw Unico try to interfere, distracting Ryback, but Ryback overcame those odds and picked up the win. I think this was probably one of the only matches that I actually had a little bit of a gripe about, just because if they were going to do this, they should have put Brodus Clay and The Miz on in this spot and put Ryback in The Miz Brodus Clay spot. But not taking anything. I respect the athletes. Great match. Great contest. Ryback picked up the win. We then move into the John Cena versus John Laurinaitis match. Now, a lot of speculation going into this match that we were going to see as maybe an appearance by Brock Lesnar, or who was going to interfere. Someone was going to interfere. And at the end of the closing moments of the match, John Laurinaitis tries to run off after hitting a low blow. We see Big Show come running down, carrying. We see him running. John Laurinaitis running through the back curtains in the audience. Big Show drags him back down, throws him in the ring. As he's getting ready to chokeslam him, John Laurinaitis is bleeding on him. Please, 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 don't do it. Throws him to John Cena. It looked like just when John Cena was getting ready to hit the AA, Big Show hits the WMD and watches John Laurinaitis pin John Cena for the 1-2-3. Lo and behold, John Laurinaitis is still the Raw and SmackDown general manager. What does this mean for Big Show? We will have to find out tomorrow night on Raw. What does this mean for John Cena after losing to John Laurinaitis? Guys, thanks for watching. Please leave your comments below. I will love to reply back to you guys once this video is up. So please comment. Have an early morning safe commute to work tomorrow morning for Monday, and have a great night.